This week, brothers, we have focused on the spiritual discipline of being gentle. To do that, we looked at a well-known passage found in Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. This is a place where Jesus is describing his own gentle nature. And really, I call it an anchor text. A text I have anchored myself to, basically. I've put it in my arsenal, basically memorized it, so that I can go back to it later on, because I know from experience there will be times when I feel worn. There will be times when I feel tired, and there will be times when I want to give up. So Jesus is talking about his gentle nature here. But he's also teaching us something. And between you and me, the best lessons I have ever learned were not taught in a classroom. They were taught in a different place. As I was walking along or working along with someone else who was far better than me. And that kind of happened today. I was doing some training at a local hospital to be a volunteer chaplain for this facility. And it was amazing. I got a chance to follow the staff chaplain along and to talk to people of all different faiths. And really, we did it for a limited time. And the few people we were able to talk to, most of them really had no religious affiliation. And it was interesting to watch this chaplain handle those kind of conversations, especially when people had problems with the church or ministers that were greedy for money, as they put it. I listened and I learned, and I feel like I had a really good experience. You know, that's what Jesus was doing with his disciples. That's what he wants to do with us. He wants us to look at a passage like Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30, and see his gentleness. But not only see it, he wants us to learn from it and to emulate his gentleness in our life. You know, the best person to teach us about how to be a Christian, isn't it simple? It's Christ. And the best way to learn how to be a Christian is to watch Christ. He is the only one who could live the Christian life. He's the only one that we could truly look to teach us about how to be gentle in this world. Brothers, Jesus says in Matthew 11, verse 28, "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me." He's telling us right there, if you want a good teacher, look at me. If you want to know how to do this, learn from me. And so that's my word to you today, brothers, as we're closing this week out. Do you want to take upon yourself the spiritual discipline of gentleness? Well, you can't do it in your own strength. You can't learn it from yourself. You have to do it by watching Jesus and learning from him. Well, I hope you've learned this week as we've talked about the spiritual discipline of gentleness. And may God put it in your hearts as you continue to serve him. Have a good weekend.